A warm greetings to everyone. I am D.M.KALAI SELVI, Assistant Professor, CSE Department, RMD Engineering College. The subject code is 21 CS 502 Artificial Intelligence, 5th semester in the academic year 2023 to 24. Now we are going to see how to represent a object. So we are we as a human being, we know to say an object with I mean, for example, if we're taking a chair, we will say that object as a name with chair. That is, we are labeling that object. So we are giving that name. How we are saying that particular item will be a chair. So a chair will have four legs and will have an armpit. So we have a features of a chair, and based upon the features only we are saying that term chair to that object. So the same way we are going to make the AI system to determine whether the given object with a summary label. So for doing that one, we are going to divide we are going to determine, or we can going to give the features to the object. So we are going now, what we are going to do is, we are going to categorize an objects, and either by relating objects to the category or by quantifying over their members. For example, if we're taking any fact, so a fact we can take an object as a member of a category, and a category will be a subclass of another category, and all members of that category will have some properties, and the member of the category can be recognized by some properties. So these are the ways we are going to convert a first order logic statement which comprises of an object, and we are going to represent that object based upon the category, and which we will categorizing based upon the properties. For example, first we are going to see about the categorization, and next we are going for the object representation. First, we are going to category. If a shopper wants to buy a basketball, so this is the target. So the system has to buy a basketball ball. So we don't have any other features apart from that. So if you're going for a section of balls, and from that balls we are going to categorize which one will be the basketball, and from that basketball, if the system is not feeded with the brand or rate anything, they can take any basketball. For example, they are given here that rather than buying a single basketball, particular basketball such as BB9. Suppose the basketball named with BB9, we want to take that one, then we have to categorize it. So the presence of certain objects will be taken from the perceptual inputs in first category membership and perceived properties of that object. For example, if you are going to pick a watermelon, so if the object is a watermelon, so how the watermelon look like? So we are going to feed the system with the properties. For example, how the watermelon look like? So it should be green in color, and green and yellow mottled skin. So that we have yellow spots, and one more than a foot height, diameter, oval shape, and the flesh, when we cut it should have a red flesh and black seeds, and it should be a fruit. So these are the categories we are going to give for the object of a watermelon. So now we are going to represent categories in first order logic. So we have objects and predicates. For example, previously seen, if an object was a basketball, we are going to choose an object of basketball. Then what we have to do, we have, we have to create a member belongs to basketball. And then we can say that in terms of operate expression, B belongs to basketball. That is, B is a member of a basketball. Then basketball, we can say it as a subset of balls. So we represent with this term. So ball will be, B will be a subset of balls. So B is a subset of basketball. Basketball is a subset of balls. We can say it as B is a subset of balls. Next, inheritance and taxonomy. So inheritance is like that is first we can say it an example of a watermelon object. So first we have a fruit class. So within the fruit class we have a subclass edible. With that edible you can take it as a watermelon. Here given an example, assert that fruit is a subclass of food. So food will be a class, fruit will be a subset or subclass of food, and apple will be a subclass of fruit. So every apple is edible. So edible is the property applicable to food. So that property will be also applicable to the category, with through the subclasses. So how we are learn the object oriented programming, inheritance, single level inheritance, multi-level inheritance. So the subclass can able to use the properties. So properties and the functions from the parent class. So the same thing here. So using inheritance, we are going to organize and categorize into a taxonomy or a hierarchical manner. For example, an object is a member of a category. BB9 belongs to basketball. BB9 belongs to basketball. Basketball belongs to balls. If you're taking all members of categories have some properties. So some properties, spherical, if a ball is a spherical shape, means all the ball will be in spherical shape. So X belongs to basketballs. Definitely, if basketball has the property of spherical, all X belongs to basketball will be spherical. And if you are giving some other properties, like if the basketball orange in shape color, round in shape with the diameter 9.5 inches, and it should belongs to a ball, then for these properties, so the ball all should be orange in color, round in shape, that the ball X is should have a diameter of 9.5, and if the ball belongs to, if the ball and it belongs to balls, then that ball will belongs to a basketball. So you can same thing can do it for dogs. Territorial seals with some properties. Dogs belongs to domestic animals. Next is disjoint and partition. So disjoint means we don't have any common properties. So the both the sets, the intersection of two sets, if it is null, then we can say that as a disjoint set. So relations between categories that are not subclasses of each other. For example, if we take male and female, or will be belongs to the subclass of animals, but we cannot say a relation between a male and a female. So we can say male and female as a disjoint set, but both will be under the category of animals. Here given the example, We can say two or more categories are disjoint if there are no members in common. That is, only the intersection of the two sets is null, then we can say that as a disjoint set. So we can say male and female constitute an exhaustive decomposition of animals. So the term means uh, the part is a partition, disjoint partition. If you are taking animals and vegetable, both are disjoint and exhaustive decomposition. So if you are taking a person, that person can be a citizen of either America, Canada, or Mexican or North American. So the same person in some one or two can have the citizenship of two countries, not all the everything. So it's we can say it as a exhaustive decomposition. Then partition. So the male and female both are disjoint but will belongs to animals. If we are saying a variable or an object x as a bachelor, then they should be unmarried and they should be adult and they should be a male. If it is a female miss, then we call it as spinster. So in this way, we will be categorize it and identify each object in that category based upon the properties. Thank you.